Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you another update. This is the 1932 Ford Hot Rod Coupe. Earlier video we were talking about or shared with you when the car was all together and all the dry fitting was done and we were ready to do the disassembly. So now we have the car completely disassembled. You can see we've got lots of items here off the car now. So obviously we were happy with all the dry fitting of the doors because we did all of the fine adjustments to the doors, the trunk lid, and all of that fun stuff. We worked on wiring and how the dash was going to go, and then we basically removed all the components. So we have our engine here on the stand. The guy's going to be going through it. We think we saw a little bit of coolant in with the oil when they drained the oil. So we don't want to alarm our client yet. What we'll do is wind up doing a full inspection on it. We might have a concern with intake gasket or seal or something, so not a big deal because the engine was running really well and it was a fairly fresh rebuild from what I understand. So we'll just find out what's going on there. You can see we have all the wiring harness removed from the vehicle. Everything is clearly labeled. Probably not show very well in the video, but we have to make sure we're really careful when we removed all of the wiring and connections. And then we have everything labeled very clearly. So we have our big wiring harness, and you can see lots of shrapnel here. We're going to be like the cluster and so on. We'll make sure that we have that all wrapped in bubble wrap right now. It'll be our next thing. So we're going to organize all of the parts, set them on the parts shelf. So we've got our doors, engine and transmission, and then all of our components off of the body. So while the body guy and gal is working on this section, we've got our mechanical guys working on the frame, and we're going to do a lot of sandblasting, powder coating, and upgrading on the frame. Our client is away right now, so this will be a great way for him to see what we're doing to his car. So hopefully he's not too shocked, because seeing it in a million bits and pieces is quite different from the transition from our last video. So with the fiberglass bodies, a lot of people have concerns about fiberglass bodies, and they say it's really hard to work on them, and some of them are thinner and the build quality isn't really there. I quite like this particular body. This is a heavier build, thicker material. There's always body work that needs to be done. So you can see over there in the background, like way over there on the hoist, we've got a Corvette fiberglass. We have a factory 565 coupe. Kind of hiding down back and behind there, there's a 57 tribute car. It's a Porsche 356. All of those models are fiberglass components from different manufacturers, and our guys and gal are really good at working with the fiberglass and making sure that the finish is done properly. So you can see we have some body filler here, or body smoother. So you can see the white color against the gray. So that's showing you from the die or from the manufacturing section, when they had the fiberglass in the molds, we've got some imperfections in different locations. So you can see on the inside of the doorpost, this is our driver's side. You can see where they've done a lot of sanding, and they've discovered there's some areas where there's some little chips or indentations or flaws in the inside of the fiberglass. So they've added some special body smoother that's made specifically for this application of the fiberglass. And then we have our nice little window here. As we come around the back section and the roof, you can see once again the dark color is the gel coat spray. So there's some flaws here, just not quite perfect. So they're working on smoothing these areas out, and they'll continue on. So we've got the body on one of our homemade stands here. It just seems to fit perfect, and it just seems to be the right height for working along. You'll notice they've got it all masked off. Because there's going to be so much sanding and so much dust, and there'll be so many areas that they have to repair with this body smoother, it is an incredible amount of dust. And you can see here from a little bit of sanding, it's going to build up around where the weather stripping is going to go, just from doing that one repair. It's very fine, almost like a baking powder or baking soda kind of thing, or baby powder. So it's very fine, and it tends to go everywhere in all the nooks and crannies. So what we do at Last Chance Auto Store is we like to mask from the inside, mask and protect the vehicle before they start doing the body work. It just makes it a lot easier later on when it comes to cleaning them out, blowing them out, and vacuuming them. And that's how you get a lot cleaner product by the time it gets over the paint booth for painting. So there's still quite a bit to do. This passenger side and the rear, they haven't got that far yet. So basically they've been working on this driver's side and the front post and the roof. As you come along to the front, you can see this is where they join or seam it. And some people say, wow, this looks really, really rough. But they have the nice ribs, so nice simulation there. But what most of the guys do, and they've already done it with this, they've got a really nice piece of aluminum. If you recall in the earlier video when we dry fitted everything, this sits in there really nice. We've got our AC holes and our steering holes, so we've got everything that we need. And then this aluminum, what we'll end up doing, because it's always, it always kind of reacts over time, it doesn't look quite nice. So what we'll do is we'll dust blast or media blast this, we'll treat it, and we're going to powder coat this firewall, so then it'll be very, very durable. And it'll give a little bit different look against the red. So the body of this car is going to be a really nice red, a bright red. We did a 68 Mustang, I don't know, 3 years ago, I guess, and it's a special vermilion red. So we'll end up doing this, and there's going to be some red features on the chassis, which we'll share with you in an upcoming video. So this is the 1932 Ford Coupe. I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.